So I'm going to take you inside the cell now. So here's the cell. We've looked at the cell a few times this week, and the glucose goes in. It goes through a 20-step pathway, and the 20-step pathway gives us 2 units of energy. The end result of the 20-step pathway is a chemical form of glucose called pyruvate. The chemical form of glucose called pyruvate is fed into the powerhouse, called the powerhouse because this 8-step pathway delivers to us an impressive 36 units of energy. We looked at the fact that this is an anaerobic pathway. Anaerobic pathway is the 20-step pathway, meaning no oxygen. It produces energy by the process of fermentation, whereas the 8-step pathway is an aerobic pathway because it uses oxygen. We also had a look at the fact that when excess glucose is going in, it's stored like a little bunch of grapes, and they're little bunches of glucose just waiting there. And I'm sure they were used on your morning walk, on my morning exercise this morning, because we only gave you broth last night. And as you start to move that body, the only time this could be interfered with is if you started to walk without drinking water. And we're going to look at water in a minute after the break. It's vital that you drink water. One lady said to me, I won't be able to walk in the morning because I faint. And I said, well, do you have water? She said, no, I don't like water. Well, you got to have water. The body needs its water. But when you drink that water in the morning and then go on your walk and your body is starting to work, it needs more fuel, those little molecules of glucose are plucked and through the pathway, plucked and through the pathway. It's a wonderful process. We also looked at the fact that on a very high carbohydrate diet, the excess glucose, when the glycogen stores are full, is stored as fat. So I want to show you how this high intensity exercise program, I want to show you how it affects the cell and how it can actually reverse that whole process that we looked at earlier. So I need to tell you a few things as I give the illustration. So what I didn't tell you the other day is that this 8-step pathway is very slow. The 20-step pathway is very fast. And as we're standing here at the moment, they're feeding into each other quite nicely. But when you start running for your life, cycling for your life, rebounding for your life, swimming as fast as you can, both pathways speed up. The 20-step speeds up, the 8-step speeds up, but there's a rate-setting enzyme in there that will always keep this one faster and this one slower. So what happens now is more pyruvate is being made than can be fed into the 8-step. And so the body stores that excess pyruvate as lactic acid. You've heard of lactic acid? We've all heard of lactic acid. Too much building up, that can hurt, can't it? We've felt that. So I think one of the most amazing things about this high-intensity interval training is what happens when you're in recovery. And don't we love recovery? Mm-hmm. When you're in recovery time, getting your breath back, letting your body settle down a bit, the liver converts that lactic acid back to pyruvate and feeds it into the powerhouse, which means when you're in recovery time, your cells are burning just as much fuel as when you're running for your life. Isn't that good news? That's good news, but there's other good news too, and that is it's mopping up your lactic acid. So it doesn't have an opportunity to build up in your tissues. Yesterday we had a look at how disease thrives in an acid environment.